Most valuable thing my dad taught me was to make sure the job was 100% complete and cleaned and picked up so that there was nothing left behind that a customer would notice. So, leaving no trace, basically, kind of a thing that they would see our excellence through the little things that we swept up, or we made sure we wiped our fingerprints. My dad was very thorough, a very hard worker, and I think that was the most valuable thing. The extra mile means a lot to a lot of people. I mean, it's a part of our daily mission, and our company mission is always searching for ways to raise our excellence. We're interested in being the best and continuing to rise in our craft. So we look for those little things that would make a difference to our customers, and things that we can take pride in, and how we operate. Definitely efficiencies, and just those types of things that make an impact on a deeper level and a better level than your average company would. I worked for my dad for many years, and one of his visions and goals for the company was to always be a place that family could come to work. So we've definitely seen lots of family members come and go as they either needed, a little work here or there, and some of them, they've made a career out of it. A brother-in-law who's been with the company has started as a technician. Now he's a operations manager. Got a cousin, started as a technician. Now he's like the field manager and a lot of our quality control. I've got another cousin that's a technician now. My wife works in the office. She does a lot of the bookkeeping. One of her best friends, Julie, is also one of our head office ladies. It's just wonderful that we have this place. We get to bring in the people we want to be around, and we get to work together, and we get to win together. And we honestly think that there's going to be opportunity. We've got a next generation coming up. A lot of our oldest kids are now teenagers and finishing out high school, and they're looking for part-time jobs. So we're looking at where can we start getting them some job experience, whether they stay here or not. Just being able to put something on a resume that, hey, I learned how to do this, working at Gecko Garage Doors. I mean, I got 5 kids, so I want to make sure there's always a place for them to work, shred papers or sweep the floors or answer phones. There's definitely a lot that they can do. I started working with my dad probably when I was 9 or 10 years old. So being that he owned the company and he was a sole employee, sometimes the time I got to spend with him was just jumping in a truck, going out to calls. A lot of customers loved seeing kid riding along with dad, handing him tools. It was kind of a big hit with the customers, and from that moment I didn't realize I was being trained or realize how much value there was. I thought I was just riding along with dad. And getting to spend time with him. Once I turned 16, got my driver's license, I actually was pretty much turnkey already. I already knew the ins and outs of the service work. I knew the mechanics. I'd already done lots of work working alongside my dad. And so I was able to go work part-time after school. And that was essentially how I got my start. If you say I started when I was 10, then I've been doing it for 30 years. Which, when I tell that to customers, they think it's amazing and baffling that in our world that anybody would stick with anything that long. When you're in it this long, I forget that how much knowledge I've accumulated, through the years. It's been a long journey, but it's been a good one. It's just garage doors in some ways. It's just life. A lot of the things I do, it comes into mind like, is this going to honor my dad's legacy? Is this going to honor his work? And yeah, for sure, if he had just sold it to somebody, he would have got the money and it would have been done with. Not only is he, is this taking care of his retirement now, but he has a lot of joy and pride to see it continue to grow and continue to provide for other family members and to have more openings and more opportunities than he ever imagined. So he's getting all of these side, sort of emotional benefits from having it get passed on to me. It's a beautiful thing that you probably don't see often. I've definitely had a lot of people say that businesses rarely make it to the second generation. So feeling like we did that successfully is huge. I feel really proud of that. Dad's retired, but he loves being involved. I love having him, just having him around, Anybody, who's close with their dad knows just having them nearby just, brings an extra level of peace. So yeah, I get these little projects like, hey, Dad, I don't have anybody to do this. He jumps in. He's like happy to do it. It works out. I get these weird little projects that I don't have anybody. And he's always willing. He's like, hey, if you need me, I'll jump in a truck and go help take care of customers. And I'm like, love your enthusiasm. be retired. So everybody has a decent relationship with their parents, wants to make them proud. I know my parents are proud of what we're doing here and things we've done. That doesn't mean you ever stop wanting to do that. So anytime I see opportunities where I feel like I can do something that would honor him, and I feel like a lot of our foundation, our business, is all built on his values and his work ethic, and so just it's not only just honoring him, but it's always a good idea because that's what's given us the staying power. That's what's given us the foundation and growth that we've got is the good things that he did. So it's not just honoring him; it's just playing good practices for everything. It's a double win.